Okay, so I'm just gonna just take a few minutes to explain about the Pink app, which has a selection of different programs for different purposes. And then we're gonna jump right on to the next part, which I'm gonna do a scan and show how does the scan work. Okay, so let me give you an example, right? So we have a program page for, different issues. If you want to grow your hair, if you want better nails, want to take care of your aging issues, um, you know, for example, right, there are frequencies that can enhance the growth of the collagen in our body. That's just an example. You want to have certain skin issues, so there's different program for it. So you can imagine this program if you want better eyesight. We actually have a big testimonial group with people using different program and seeing the before and after results. So these program actually works, but you have to know that everybody is different. So some people actually see immediate result after using it once or twice. Some people may see a slowly improvement in their all the chronic health issues over time in a few months, right? So balancing your hormones and, you have gut issues, intestine, right? And the potency program is interesting. It's actually to optimize your reproductive organs. There's different program to optimize your liver, lungs. So that's a quick snapshot of the Pink app. You can actually select any of these programs to take care of your health issues. But we'll go to please feel free to look at my separate video where I go through each one of these program pages in a lot more details. So we're going to go get started on what is the Blue app now, okay? So the Blue app, first of all, I got to close all the app, make sure I disconnect it from one app before I go into another app. And there's going to be a separate video that helps you to set up the Blue app. Once it's set up, then you can use it. So you can see the little blue dot there, so I'm going to press it there and to start the app. Once it's set up, it's very easy to use. And then I've got the Healy right here, and I'm going to connect the Healy. So if you go to the bottom right, there's a little gear there. You press there, and you see the connect to Healy. You press there, and then you power up your turn on your Healy, and you see a little green light, flashing green light, and then the Bluetooth is looking for your Healy. Then you see where you see not connected, you tap on that. That will connect your Healy. And once it's connected, you will see there's two light flashing. One is blue, one is green. It's flashing. Then your Healy is connected. Then you're ready to start. And the little notes is that you actually don't need to turn on your Wi-Fi or data when you're using your Healy. You can actually put your phone on airplane mode, turn off your Wi-Fi, and then turn on your Bluetooth. Bluetooth is the one that is connecting the phone and the Healy to use it. So that's just a little note if some of you don't want the Wi-Fi to be on all the time. Some of you may be a little bit sensitive to 5G or whatever, right? Okay, and you can also switch languages. Some of them you are in. We support like I think 38 different languages here. Like some of you are Chinese, or Portuguese, Spanish. So you can actually change the language here. Then you can have the report and everything in your language. So to get started, you have to first set up a client. Okay. So then if you tap on if you tap on the little house on the bottom left, right? And then you can see client, you tap on client. We actually have a lot of video in the back office that walk you through how to do this step by step. So feel free to go to your back office for those videos. So to set up a client for the scan, you tap on the top, you can set a profile for a person, an animal, a plant, an organization, could be a family if you want to do it, or like a church or a group of people. So there's different things. So here we can set up for a person. Then you would tap to import a picture. You can just take a picture here, or you can just choose one from your phone. And then the profile is for quantum physics to work to find the person where you want to do the scan. So you can actually do a scan for anyone around the world. I do scans for my friend in Hong Kong. I live in Canada. And then there's people in the US. So that's how, if you want to find out more about quantum physics, there's a lot of video on YouTube. But if you think about it, if you can watch a live football game that's happening real time in Brazil, if that's possible, that's frequencies. So basically, frequencies travel through quantum physics, and that's why the scanning is possible. For some of you who are wondering why is this possible, right? But we do need to have a profile so that quantum can find you. So the profile consists of a picture of yourself, and I'm going to just show you quickly my profile so you know what that would look like. Now the profile consists of your image, right? Your picture, and then of course your name, your date of birth, your birthplace, basically where you were born, a city, a state, and then a country, and then your current address. And that's it. So basically, it's kind of like, if some of you have some experience with working with a psychic or fortune teller, they look for similar information. Actually, if you talk to a Chinese fortune teller, you have to tell them the time you were born. Anyway, so this is all part of you. It's very unique with your image and all this information. Now then, ready to do the scan, you see a little check mark on the top there, right? If you tap on that, if you tap on the actual little free barcode on the top right, then you see this, right? So then I can just press save and analyze, then ready to go. And there's different things, so much you can do with this blue app. So I'm going to keep it simple, and we will have more training videos specific, get into the coaching program, get deeper into certain analysis. So this is meant to be getting started. And for some of you who are just got your Healy, so excited, just keep using it and keep scanning it. You'll get to know this app a lot easier. So I always like to teach people to use the aura analysis first, because I just love it. So if you press the aura, you just tap on aura analysis. It's very, very simple. You just tap on record aura, and that's it. So it has captured my aura by basically capturing my frequencies. And if you want to do, if you do this for yourself or for your friend, you can actually share the report. How do you do that? You see a little on the top right, there's a little cloud symbol there, right? So you tap on that, it will generate a report, a PDF that looks like that. And then this whole report can be emailed to your friend or to yourself. You can just, again, you see on the top right, there's a little wiggly thing on the top right. You tap on that sharing button, and then you can email it out. You can save it on your phone. So, or you can just send it to a messenger. So I can just tap on mail. And usually when I do a scan for a friend, I usually set up my friend's email on my contact list. So then I can just, like, if I want to send this to Michelle, for example, right? She's on my contact, and then boom, her email come up. I just say, Michelle, I'm sending this report to you, and that's it. You fire up, then she has the whole report. So I'm just gonna take this out now. So this part, cancel, delete draft. Okay, so that's how you send a report, right? And after I send a report, I usually don't, when I do a scan for people, there's not enough time to read the report. And I would say, go ahead and read the report later, and then you can get a deeper understanding of it. And I have never seen such low aura with me. Anyway, but this is the seventh chakra. Okay, for some of you have a deeper knowledge of this, and I always explain to people, like, don't ask me. I am actually not a specialist in aura or chakra, but there's a lot of information to explain what the crown chakra mean and what the forehead chakra mean. And if you have the Healy, if you press under interpretation, it actually go into deeper about what it means and what you can do to to raise your energy, etc. So you can actually, the information is on the internet. You can look up any of these chakra, and by optimizing the energy, raising the energy, you not only you can improve your physical health. It's all related. When energy flows, then basically it's a holistic health consists of how to improve your spiritual health, your mental health, your emotional health. That taking of carry emotional drama or emotional trauma from many years ago, even from your parents or grandparents or ancestor. And science has already proven that from the DNA which carry forward from your parents actually carry a lot of information from your past, right? So all that's going to be consistent of kind of how you are behaving at this moment, right? If you think about certain of your friends, right, there's certain predisposition in our DNA. Anyway, so then you can actually do a deeper analysis on a particular aura, or the system actually picked up the lowest three. The key is to trying to raise and optimize your energies in all seven chakra. So that way, then you have a more balanced well-being, right? So then you just very simple. You just tap on start analysis, and some people always ask me, say, "Oh my God, I don't know. I'm not tech savvy. I don't know how to use it." I can tell you the most untech savvy people, anybody, this is the plus about the Healy. I can guarantee you, go and find another frequencies device. This is the easiest way to use. If you can just use a cell phone, you know how to use the Healy. Again, just tap on start analysis, and that's it. It's now capturing my vibration and give me some insights about my chakra. So now you see the two button at the bottom, actions and vibrate. When I do a scan for people or even for myself, the first thing I would tap actions, because I always forget when I start talking too much. I forgot, did I send you the report or not? So I always make a habit to send the report first so I know it's done. So when you press that, there is a button called, there's two buttons there saying add manually and show PDF. Now, just for your information, add manually is the program is very versatile. For advanced user, they can actually add more stuff to the report, because some of my friends are healers. They're more in tune of, they know a lot more about chakra or whatever. They can actually enhance the usage of Healy by keying in some specific information about themselves. So it's actually you can personalize the report with more description, more information about yourself. For me, I don't do that. I just press action and then I just show PDF, and I just basically take whatever that comes up with the scan. So the report will look like something like this, right? It has a lot of information, and you can just share it by the tapping on the top right, the little sharing button, and then you can email the report to yourself. You can read it later. Basically, the report consists of all the information you can actually see on the screen. Now, depending who you're talking to, you can, I know some of my friends who are coaches, they are healer, they actually charge for this service, right? They incorporate this into their coaching session, and they can really speed up the progress when they're working with their clients. So you can actually incorporate this in your business. Or for people, you can just send a report and then they can read it, they can reflect on their own. And for me, again, I can share my experience that I don't have the time to go through all the point, but I always take the time to explain how to read this report, which I'm going to do to you right here. Okay, so I'm gonna pick a point, and I tell them that, first of all, everybody is different. Some of you are more in tune with your spiritual well-being. Some of you are just not. Some people are more sensitive. Some people are less sensitive. I always explain to people, it's like, there's nothing wrong here. Every one of us have our own personal journey. Be gentle with yourself. Be gentle. If you see a point that doesn't resonate with you, that's why there's a little red cross at the bottom. You can actually delete the point altogether. Because if you're not ready to face it or to understand it, then just be gentle to yourself. You can actually delete it. So there's like every single one of these points, if it doesn't rest, you can actually cross it out. You're not ready for it. Or you can actually tap on the little pencil there, right? And you can actually enhance it, right? If you really read the point and resonate with you, if you want to just add more affirmations, more descriptions on your present states, on your desired state, you can completely personalize your experience. So that's what the little pencil is for, right? And then I explain to them, this is how it works. I take one point and I explain it. then they can actually go and read the whole report uh, on their own. Now, this is how you're going to read the report. This is, again, based on my experience. First of all, I try to keep it very simple. There's a lot of advanced uses on the Aura that you can actually go to the back office. We can probably do one session on just Aura scan. But as a new user, I keep it very simple. The first one is, the first thing you'll read, don't worry about the number at the top, right? The first thing you read is the chakra. So this one is related to the crown chakra, which is right here. And then there's a section that describes the present state description, the desired state, and the desired state description. And personally, I like to read the desired state first because I feel like it's easier to understand what your desired state should be to optimize your energy. And then we go back to where your present state is. And then sort of get an understanding where the gap is, right? So your goal is to bring in the gap to optimize your vibration, your bioenergetic field to reach the present state, therefore raising your energy. Hope that makes sense. And then you will see a lot of words, and I always focus on bolder text. The bolder text is actually the key point. So if you look at the desired state, the bolder text towards around the middle is, I am in harmony with my Father and acknowledge what He has done for me. Okay. Now, first of all, language is very, very limited. So this is the English language. We all know that communication, there's a lot deeper than that. So when we're reading this, you have to read in between the line, and each person will read their report based on their frame of reference. So there's a lot of interpretation involved. Okay. And when you see words like father or mother, it doesn't necessarily mean your biological father. It could be father meaning God. It could be a male figure like your uncle or something like that. So, or your grandfather. So that's just some of the interpretation, right? And so, and a lot of it depends on how you perceive it. Some people would actually get deeper in the understanding. Some people may not understand it. So again, just be flexible and be gentle with yourself, okay? So I'm just going to just keep moving on, okay? So I am in harmony with my Father and acknowledge what He has done for me. I'm going to just share with you my experience, okay? So let's finish it off, okay? So basically, if you go into the desired state description, the last sentence, again, that's usually the main point, right? The experiences with the highest creator are anchored in faith. So in that way, that Father, it's further clarified, it's meant to be, because I'm a Christian, so I believe and I pray to God. God is my Father. Because actually my real father has passed away already. And so this resonated with me. So when I first read about this, and I immediately think of my Father as God, okay? Okay. And then I go back to my present state. The person, which is me, the person has experienced that their father tried to fill a role, an ideal that the father could not live up to. And then if you look at the present state description, which is the color, which I know personally I normally ignore because I actually don't know how the colors in the chakra work. So that just shows, don't worry about you need to understand anything. You actually don't need to understand everything to start using the Healy. But again, I can just share with you, this is my own report, I can share with you how I interpret this. And it resonates with me right away. Look at the present state. So the way I interpret it, based on my experience, that I feel that God is supposed to be like my father, that has a role to basically, I should put my faith in him. He's supposed to take care of the world. There should be world peace. Things should be in order, right? Which is my ideal, right? An ideal that the father could not live up to. Meaning that sometimes we just don't understand why there's so much suffering. Why is there so much tyranny? I've been really, really frustrated personally with a lot of the madness that's happening. Is affecting my crown chakra, which is my faith, basically. So I'm actually questioning my faith in some way, how things are kind of, there's so much conflict in this world. It's almost like God is not doing his job. And so the Healy is telling me that, the experiences with the highest creator is anchored in faith. I need to really tap back into my faith in God and trust that. And that I am in harmony with my Father and acknowledge that he has done what he has done for me. So yeah, so this point for me, for my interpretation, is about really just trusting God, trusting that everything is happening for a reason, and everything is going to happen in its due course. So certain thing I wish it can be resolved. I hope all the world suffering end today, but perhaps it's not the right timing. God should has the right timing to do his magic. Anyway, so this is just a quick explanation based on my own interpretation, and you all may have different point and different interpretation. And so for me, this is helping, and by understanding and having a deeper insight of the desired state, it can raise my energy. So when you're using the Healy, the first way is by reading the report. Some people can actually feel the difference in their energies just by having the insights on these points, right? And but with the Healy, you can actually have much more than just to the report. You can actually vibrate the frequencies to enhance the desired states. I always explain to my friends, it's like when you're reading your oral report, for this report, actually for any of the report that I'm going to show you later, is that you've got to set an intention. Okay, the intention is very important, because without the intention, nothing can help you. So for example, when I'm reading this point, if I resist, right? If I resist in accepting that I want the desired state, and if I want to remain in my present state, then nothing can help me. Does that make sense? So by reading and have some insights and have some understanding of the desired states that need to be in order to raise my vibration, and setting an intention that I want to get to that desired state. Once I set my intention, when I vibrate my Healy, the Healy can amplify my intention 10 times, 100 times, or even more, 1,000 times. Once we put it out there, the intention will work. Another example to give you is, for example, if you want to go to sleep, right? You cannot sleep, right? The Healy can actually vibrate sleeping frequencies to help you sleep, but you have to have the intention that you actually want to sleep, right? Then you can have all the essential oil, the music, the kind of music, the kind of frequency that work with your intention to magnify that. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so and then I will explain to my friend. I can actually give you a session, and you can use it for yourself. It's the second part, is the vibrate button. So when you actually do this for yourself, you can actually take the time to read through all the points. You can cross out whatever point you don't like. From personal, I like to keep all the point, even for the one that I don't understand. I would just set an intention to just trust that this is gonna help me, and then I can vibrate a frequency. When I vibrate a frequency, and I explain this is how it works. When you first of all, when you press the vibrate button, you can vibrate a frequency in any duration you want. You can vibrate for a few seconds. It could be like a quick snap of, like a quick boost. Some people like to do it for 37 seconds, or they can do it for a few hours. You can actually a set menu, vibrate however long you like, or maybe for a few hours, right? And when you vibrate a frequency, you don't need to be still, right? You could be meditating half an hour, and vibrate a frequency to enhance all these desired state descriptions. They kind of like affirmations. Or you could be just, I don't know, working or cooking or gardening or sleeping or do whatever, but while having the intention that this frequency is being vibrate in your information field, in basically enhancing and amplifying all your intention that you put out there. Okay, so then I would, when I do a session with my friend, I would usually do 1 minute 20 seconds. I used to do 37 seconds. I felt that that's a little bit short. And when you do 1 minute 20 seconds, I feel like that they get a chance to read most of the report. And this is how it works. And I always give them prepare them before I do this. And I always like to do my scan on Zoom so they can see the whole thing and they can see exactly what I'm doing. I find it a little bit difficult for people to imagine that when they cannot see this, okay? Then I explain to them, when I start the vibration, you may or may not feel anything. When I first use my Healy, I feel nothing in the first 2-3 months. That's the truth, right? But as I'm using more every single time, I actually feel something. So I always say that you don't feel anything is totally normal. But when I do this with some people, they actually feel the tingling on their fingertips. Sometimes they feel a little sensation, very subtle sensation flowing through their body. And some people actually feel something on their head, all kinds of things. Again, you may feel something, you may not feel something. And then as I do the vibration, you'll see a couple of things, right? And actually, right now I'm doing a demo, so I'm just going to do that here, okay? So basically, when I start the vibration, you see two regularly lined at the bottom. There's a red one, there's a blue one. One of them, I don't know which one is which. I think the red one is, one of them is to continue capturing your frequency at this moment, analyze it. The other line is to feedback to what you need. So it's a real-time experience, that real-time capturing the changes. Our frequency changes from moment to moment. So it's actually a real-time experience to feedback and forth. It's like a feedback loop. Okay. So you'll see, so people know what it is when it's like actually doing like that. And then you see that the points coming up, the next one will come up, the next one will come up. And I always ask them to read the bolded text. And here you can see the bolded green text, right? They're kind of like the desired state description, right? So by doing that, it's just having the intention to affirm that as they come up and then incorporate the frequencies. So that's it. So when you do that, the more intentional you are, the more that you will take in the frequencies, the more that you can actually benefit from the frequencies that vibrate in the information field. It consists of like hundreds, if not thousands of frequencies that's real time sending to you in reaching those desired states. And then people, when they're using it over time, they see the shift. Some people see the shift right away. Some people may over time see the improvement in their overall spiritual well-being, their mental health well-being, and the physical. It's all going to connect it to their holistic health. So I'll just do a quick one here just to show you what this is. So so if I go start, you can see the line is continuous capturing my frequencies. So I'm doing a training right now, so I'm talking. Otherwise, I'll be just quietly like reading this. I am in harmony with my Father and acknowledge what He has done for me. I can accept gift unconditionally. I'm expressing myself also about aspects that go beyond spirituality or religiousness, and I'm living out all facets of my being. So I'll just stop for now because I'm doing a training. So when you actually doing this on yourself, you can just take time for yourself. You can read the report ahead of time and then just vibrate frequency however long you need, or you can actually just read the text and take mental note of it and just meditate, incorporate into your meditation. There's just so many use of this, and there's really no limits, and use it to the way that benefit you. And you can actually send frequency to your friend. Like sometime if your friend is struggling with whatever issues, mental health, spiritual health issues, like a lot of people going nuts, going crazy these days, you can actually tell your friend, I'm praying for you. It's It's no different from sending a prayer to people too, and just send them a report, right? And say, I'm sending you frequency, so you can actually send frequency to people around the world. So that's, and the first part of my illustration is the aura scan. And the second part, again, if you tap into client, and then you can actually tap the middle. If you look at the bottom, there's a little wiggly line at the bottom. If you tap at the bottom, you can actually select by what you want to do. So I'm going to go to the second part, which is the resonance analysis. And then you can select the name. And then you can tap on continue the database selections. And this is really cool. So first of all, I want to just show you, see there's a lot of databases here, right? And if you wonder what's in each database, just for example, you see the top one? The top one is a crystal database. So you just tap on the top one, the little eye on the right, you see what's in here. So in this database with aquamarine, some of these names I cannot even read. These are precious stone, right? Like bloodstone or a Brazilian quartz, emerald, diamond, right? So this is the database of, all these gems, right? And then I can actually do a scan on this database, and then it will pick up the top 5 that are most relevant to me, that is most beneficial to me, and I can just do a scan, and then I can actually vibrate the frequencies and get the frequencies of those gems. Okay, so here I don't want to do that because there's a lot of database here. Play with it is a lot of fun, right? Usually when I explain this to people, I explain there's a lot here. It's going to take time to learn about it. And there's 2 groups of database. One is a group of what we call digital remedies. Another group is programs that are a database program put together to help us to optimize certain health issues. Okay, so I'm going to go for the first group. The first group, which is, they're all my favorite anyway. So these digital remedies, I'm going to go through one by one, right? We just talked about the crystal is one of them. Some people are into crystal. They love this database. If you go down the list, Australian bush flowers, bug flower remedies. We have a huge homeopathic database with 347 homeopathic substances. Again, if you press on the eye and see what that is, which I don't know any of these, but it's really good. Thank God we got the internet. You can actually type in, if you do a scan, if you see the top 5 that come up, you can actually go and search and find out more about the substance. Why is the Healy telling me that these are the top 5 substances that are most beneficial to me, and I can actually vibrate the frequencies and get the beneficial benefit of the frequencies of these digital remedies. So this is actually the biggest database, and it takes a long time to scan, so I would not do it here, but I would highly recommend you guys to do that and just keep it longer for the scan. And if you keep going down, digital nutritional mixture is one of my favorites. So you can do a scan on it. If you press on the eye, there are different mixture. I actually have a PDF that I share in the chat. So if you cannot find it, let me know. That actually each one of these a nutritional mix. I might as well show you here. I'll show you right after. I'm going to do the scan first, okay? Because I don't want to just get in and out of the Healy here, okay? So if you, let's just say your hair is falling, or you want to grow more hair, you want to pick the hair digital nutritional mix, and then from the Pink app that I showed you earlier, to actually get those digital those digital nutrition, and each one of these represent a mix of the digital nutrition. For example, like vitamin A, vitamin C, coenzyme Q10, or potassium, calcium. So each one of them mix up of a list of beneficial nutrition that are specifically to take care of those issues, right? We even have like a fertility digital nutritional mix, right? So the scan is to allow you, you can pick any database, you can do the scan, and the scan will always come up with the top 5 most beneficial, and you can vibrate those frequencies. And you can actually send it to your friends as well, right? So if you keep going through the list, iChing is also a very popular database for my Chinese friends. They love it, right? Again, you can look up iChing on the internet. Um, it basically isn't, it like has thousands years of history, and when they vibrate iChain, the energy flow, they think that, you know, things were not working before, the computer broke down or their cell phones aren't working, they vibrate iChain, and all of a sudden it's working. So we have a lot of interesting story of people using the iChain. One of my friend has a problem with renting her apartment out, her condo out for a few months. She vibrated iChain, it was rented the next day. So it's really, really fun. So you can actually try out these database. There's another database called Susa Salts or Vital Substances. So I can actually do one to show you the bug flower remedies just for as a demo, right? So if you press bug flower remedies, when you start analysis, I'll put my finger here, explain to people this is not really a fingerprint, it's really just for you to intentional, it's a contact point to start the scan, to get the scan started. So when you do this for your friend, with your friend's profile, you're just a conduit to channel through their energy and then to get the scan done. So again, you can share the report, okay? So the bug flower remedies here, you can see the present state, the desired states. The particular bug flower remedy is a very popular database. A lot of people are very familiar with it. And then so they can find out what top 5 bug flower remedies are most relevant to their current health conditions and that are beneficial for them. And it explains to what it does to help them in optimizing their energies and the desired state. And it also tells you the kind of essential oil that are more beneficial. So for some of you that practice using different essential oil, this is also another good scan to find out what is most beneficial to you. And then at this point, you can actually press action, and you can actually share the PDF to your friend, or you can just vibrate. Again, for digital remedies, the one I just went through, we have recommendations. There's actually a video in the back office. But as I say, you can actually vibrate whatever way you want. But the recommendation for digital remedy is actually a short burst of 37 seconds, because they do a lot of these clinical studies. So you can do 37 seconds short burst, because the way it was explained to us, it was kind of like when you're pinching, right? When you do a long pinch, right? The effect is different from if you do like a short pinch like this. So when you do a short thing like that, it's like you're stimulating your body like in a short burst. So 37 seconds for these digital remedies, 6 to 8 times a day. That's how I will use it. I like to follow the recommendation, or you can vibrate longer if you want to. So these are the recommendation for the digital remedies. So moving on to the next part is the other part of the database, which is really about to get some insights into the root cause of our conditions. And the way I explain that, I always explain to people, is like we're like a big onion with many, many, many layers. You may or may not be aware um, some of the issues, because some of the issues, when you feel it, then you're aware of it. Like you have a migraine, or you have headache, or whatever, you have skin issues. But if you ask someone that have maybe cancer or something, right? You think that the cancer is something that happened overnight, or it's been built up over years, if not a decade, right? So some of the report, you might see something that you understand. Some may not resonate with you, and just be patient, because over time, time and again, people after using the Healy, they start understanding why it was those issues. That's number one. And also, you look at an onion, right? There's so many layers, right? You, all of us desperate want to get into the inside layer, right? But it's not possible until you peel off the outer layer first, right? So then the Healy has a way of saying that, okay, at this moment, based on your scan, you need to look at the one that's most relevant, which is peel out your outer layer first. And then over time, you'll see your scan actually changes. I do my scan maybe once a week, once every 10 days. So then I know what to focus at this moment. And then different stress factors, different things happen to us. You know, I mean, I actually went skiing and broke my wrist last March. And of course, my physical health changed at that point. And for about 2-3 months, all I did was the joint bone program, connective tissues, and wounds program, which came up on my Healy. That told me that was the most relevant thing I need to take care of my health. But does it mean all my other health issues doesn't exist? No. It just tells you at this moment what is most relevant is to peel off the onion, and then you have to be patient. It will get to the core eventually, and then your health will improve over time. So let's just see what the Healy tells me right now. So by doing that, you always do the all program, the second one, all Healy program. Basically, the Healy will look through all the program and tell me what is the highest relevant to me, for me at this point. So let's just see it, what the Healy says about me right now. You always remember some may resonate with you, and sometimes when you do the scan, people just say, yep. And some people say, I'm not sure I understand that. But it's okay. It is what it is. And beauty program, interesting. A bioenergetic defense, I'll explain that. Sleep program, that resonated with me so deeply. Like yeah. So whenever I lack of sleep, for me, that is a frequent one that pop up for me, right? So then this one again, and whenever you do a scan, you can actually vibrate. If I go action vibrate, I can choose to vibrate. Now for more chronic issues, on these program, the recommendation is actually 2 minute 49 seconds. Again, there's a lot of science behind this. Why? You might ask, like, why not 3 minutes? First of all, I don't know. These are just developed by the 15 years, like the Healy is the subsidiary of Time Waver, a German company with 15 years of experience with these database. These numbers came up for a reason. So here's the recommendation. They actually did a study of people using 2 minute 49 seconds or vibrate for an hour, and they found very little difference in benefit. So if you want to, you can actually vibrate 2 hours, 1 hour, or half an hour. But for me, if I'm getting similar 99% of the benefit, I'm just going to do 2 minute 49 seconds. So you can actually, for more chronic issues, you can do 2 minute 49 seconds 2 to 3 times a day for as long as you want. But some people you can actually do longer. Again, you can use it to your liking. Some people use muscle testing, do whatever, and then you can just, it's very flexible, right? So then for these, I usually just do 2 minute 49 seconds, 2 or 3 times a day. It could be morning, afternoon, and night. So that's like an overall thing, right? On the top 5 program. It will actually just give me a basket of many frequency that takes care of these conditions, right? Now, what I always like to do is to get deeper, drill deeper into what is it under in the beauty program that's the most relevant for me? What is it under the bioenergetic defense program that's most relevant to me, right? So then I can go and do the second thing, beauty, bioenergetic defense, right? So then go there. And then I look for the beauty program and see what it says about me. Inner beauty, hair. I can tell you the hair really resonates with me because I'm 54 years old, And I've never struggled with hair issues. Like all my life, I have very thick hair, and I literally can wash my hair without having a strand of hair. That's how strong my hair has always been all my life. But recently, my hairs are falling like I don't even know where. I'm just getting scared. Literally, I'm shampooing my hair, and I can see the hair on my both of my hand. I've never seen. So again, so the Healy is telling me that the hair program will help me, which is great. And inner beauty, again, sometimes we would be focusing a lot on physical, on external, and so the Healy is reminding me I need to, strengthen my inner beauty, which is resonating with me. And yeah, so then so at this point, I can actually go into the Pink app and actually specifically vibrate a hair program and then get all the beneficial frequencies on the Pink app. And each of one of these programs, you can actually run through the microcurrent and then get the specific frequencies selected for me, because they individualize microcurrent with the Pink app. And I can get at any point in time the Pink app program run between 20 minutes to 2 hours, depending what program. And I can really, and then there are hundreds of frequency. You can see actually changes as you're using the Pink app. Again, go back to the video where I show the details about how to use the Pink app. Then you can actually select the program that resonate with you most. And I always explain to people is that for me personally, I use both. I use the Blue app to do a scan to give me an idea what sort of areas I need to focus on. But at the same time, there are certain issues that I physically feel. For example, if I have migraine, if I have tooth pain, if I have allergies, allergy is one of my major issues, I will actually just use whatever program that I want. So basically, it's a combination of two, right? And I'm also going to get a better insight under bioenergetic defense and see what it says. Bioenergetic defense. Mental, that's interesting. Geopathy, and sleeping. Sleeping resonate with me again. Um, so I'm gonna just get out of the Blue app and show you what this. You might say, what is this bioenergetic defense program? I'm gonna show you right now. I'm also gonna show you. But I'll do one more scan before I jump out and to show you something else. So mental, geopathy, and sleeping. I'm going to do one more and the digital nutritional mixture. And I show you the digital nutritional mix. That's also one of my favorite right now. And I think next week I'm going to go into the coaching program because we actually running out of time. So if I go to the digital nutritional mixture and see what it says. Liver, thyroid, sports regeneration. So then I'm gonna just this is basic. And again, at any one of these scans, I can choose to vibrate just the frequencies. So the Blue app is only frequency, so it's wireless and you can send it in the information field, and it's quantum. It can go anywhere around the world. So this is the Blue app, only frequencies. The Pink app is the one that you can actually use a microcurrent. You can use a bracelet. It's a local application. You actually have to have the Healy to use it physical. So if you have migraine, chronic pain, back pain, then you actually the microcurrent. It's important because it needs to work at a cellular level. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple of things again. I've been sharing these documents in the group. If you cannot find, let me know. First of all, uh, there's the program description. So we actually have you can actually find this in your back office. If you go into your back office under my tools and then downloads, you can find all the documents in different languages. And you can actually find there's a program manual. You can actually download it. This is an older version. This is an updated version, right? That actually basically gives you the descriptions of all the program, right? So I do want to go through this one. And this one has been renamed called Bioenergetic Defense. You will see it on the new program guide, but the old name is called Protection Program. And you may say, what is it? This is actually a program group specifically developed providing protection against harmful environmental influences wherever they may come from. So that is including EMF. We all know about 5G, EMF, that kind of thing, or environmental factors. So then you can actually find out the description of what these are. So for example, the first program is general protection. It's an energetic shielding. So when you're using this program, it'll give you like a shielding around your body. It's a blanket of energetic field of protection. So if you are very sensitive to EMF, for example, and I do have friends that are like that, like my daughter, if you use that, they will feel less harm from it's actually going to protect you against those harmful EMF. And they actually feel better. And I actually have a post on Facebook actually showing some of the effects that you're feeling. You could have headache or nausea or all kinds of things. That is also the effect of these EMF, that you might be more sensitive. Some people are less sensitive, so that's why some people are actually getting sick from EMF, some people are not. So this is actually a good program group to give you the protection against the EMF. So remember I did myself, mental came up. This is interesting. I do my scan. I do my own scan like once a week, right? I there isn't. I haven't seen a lot about energetic defense come up. So let's see what it means by mental. It says energetic promotion of clear perceptual capacity, supporting the mental pathways from disharmonic influences and promoting a clearer mental process. This resonates with me. Let's just leave it at that. So as you can see, your health, your holistic health, try not to just focus on your first physical, because that itself it won't. It's kind of like putting a band-aid on something, right? If you want true health, you have to take care of your all over, like 360 health. That is your mental health, your mental health, your spiritual health, your emotional health, and then your physical health. So as you can see, when I'm reading this one program group, it resonated with me because I am having some mental challenge. It's like driving me nuts. It's affecting my health. And when I read that, it resonated with me. And the healer was able to pick it up and point me to the direction, May, you want this program. And this program is going to give you that as a result. So this is the manual guide that you can actually get it from the back office, or you can just text me, or it's also in the WhatsApp group. You can actually pull it up, or you can just reach out to me. The second one is the digital nutrition. Some of you are new here. That again, this is available to you if you need it. We have a 6 different digital nutritional mixture, and then they are broken down by different purposes. For example, the first digital nutritional mixture is all about the body, right? And then there's different part of the body, right? If you want to optimize your brain health, your hair health, your skin health, your heart health, your head health, your gastrointestinal health, right? So there's different area. And then we need different nutritional supplements. So this is actually very good, even if you want to continue to take nutritional supplement, you don't know what to take, and then you see it. Okay, there's like, for example, brain health. A lot of people are struggling with mental health, brain health issues. So there you go. There you have it. Vitamin B1, coenzyme Q10, blah blah blah. Right? And again, with the Healy, if you have the subscription for the digital nutrition, or if you have the professional model, this is included, which is amazing. This digital nutrition, when it first came out a year ago, it was $84 US per month subscription when it first came out. And I've been drooling over this program group forever and finally got this. So you can actually vibrate these frequencies. And if you're taking homeopathic remedies, energies. It's just energy. So if you understand that, then you know what this is. So you're actually getting, when you vibrate these programs, you're getting the frequencies of these nutritional supplement. Mind-boggling. And then in some way, you actually get more. You can get more potent application. These frequency can can absorb right away. Versus if I were to take coenzyme Q10, depending on your health conditions, you may or may not absorb a lot. A lot may just go in and come right out, right? So from a frequencies perspective, these digital remedies are actually a lot more potent than you actually taking some of the nutritional supplement. But is it going to replace food, like nutritious food? No, because we're still a physical well-being, and we still need to drink clean water and take nutritious food, organic food, or have sleep or exercise. You still need to do that, right? It's about just taking in all sorts of and different ways that our body needs, because our well-being consists of our physical body and also our spiritual, our soul, in different levels. So it's everything. You have to kind of take into everything. Okay, so I hope this gives you a quick overview of the Blue app. And don't worry, install your Blue app, start using it, and we cannot wait for your testimonial and share your results. And when you're using it, like, the best thing you need to do, and I always tell people, it's like, I'm spending time to do this scan for you. You learn how to do it, and please pay it forward. Please go out there and offer, scans for your family, for your friends, so that they have the opportunity to get a taste of this amazing science is about. The science of frequency has been around for over 100 years, since Nikola Tesla and also Albert Einstein. It's crazy. The first microcurrent device was actually available, I think, in 1911. People are using that to reduce pain. But there's a long story altogether, so let's just not digress. But that's all for today. And if you want to get a free scan, please contact me or contact your friend. And that's it for today. Thank you for joining me today.